Welcome to our video tutorial series, Setting Up Commission Genie to Work with QuickBooks. Our tutorials are designed to move at a very quick pace. We are making a few assumptions. First, that you are an existing QuickBooks user and have a general understanding of how to create and modify your expense accounts, how to create and modify vendor files, how to work in your customer files, and how to create an invoice and post payments. This version of our tutorial series is short and to the point, so that you will be prepared to set up or modify your QuickBooks files for use by Commission Genie in just a few minutes. For a more in-depth tutorial, we also have a written version and a series of tutorials focusing on each of the main subject lines discussed here. The following video will explain how to categorize your sales representatives and determine whether they can be paid directly with a check or if you will need to generate a report from Commission Genie for commissions due to be added to their payroll for each pay period. When you open Commission Genie for the first time, double-click on the Commission Genie logo. This will open the settings page that will allow you to set the defaults for your company, change the appearance, set commission maximums, and select where you want history to be stored in the event that you want to save the files and be able to work remotely. The reason we save the history files is to avoid duplicating commissions in the future by storing and taking the history with us as we move from one unit to the next. Next, we'll determine the type of sales rep your company is paying. Vendors are classified as outside or contractual sales representatives. This is a sales rep that receives gross commissions each year and is responsible for their own taxes. This type of sales rep is considered a vendor in QuickBooks. When you open your QuickBooks file on the main page, there are a listing for vendors, customers, and employees. This is where you add, delete, or modify your sales reps. When a customer invoice is created for a sale, QuickBooks gives you an option of selecting the sales rep. You can select either a vendor or employee at this time. When the invoice is created and paid, QuickBooks uses this information to generate reports, track inventory, and determine profit margin. Commission Genie also uses this information to assign commissions and split commissions between sales reps. An employee is someone that receives commissions that are taxable. The report is generated by Commission Genie, will be keyed into your payroll program or sent to your payroll company for processing. In this instance, you can list this sales rep as an employee, and Commission Genie will provide you with the accurate accounting of sales paid during a selected date range, generate your sales reports and commissions payable, but does not automate any check writing or posting in your QuickBooks file, as those are functions provided by your payroll system. The next type of sales representative is a draw against commission employee. This is a sales rep that is also an employee, which may be paid a salary or hourly wage as a minimum, but is required to be on a lot or floor and is subject to payroll tax withholding. This type of employee is common in auto dealerships, furniture stores, and other fixed location businesses. The sales rep is expected to earn more than the minimum and is set up as a draw against commission. In this instance, Commission Genie provides the information to determine if the minimum hourly wage is exceeded, and therefore the commission earnings are used in the payroll calculations in lieu of salary.
Now that we have reviewed how to categorize your sales representatives, the next step is to review the setup process of your expense accounts and vendor files. Commission Genie reads information from QuickBooks, calculates commissions based upon paid invoices, and submits the commission amount back to QuickBooks to be paid from your pay bill files. This eliminates any rekeying of transactions and minimizes the possibility for error. Your expense accounts are located in the chart of accounts in the upper right-hand corner of your main page. Included in this chart of accounts is a commission expense account you are currently assigning for commission payment expenses. If you only pay one type of commissions, this is all you will need. In the event that you pay commissions in more than one way, you can add a new commission expense account by following these steps. We called ours Sales Commission. Go to the Account button, the lower left-hand corner, select New, select Expense, and press Continue. This will open up the New Expense Account page, which will allow you to name your new account, add a description, and tax line map it if you wish. Once that's complete, when you save and close it, your new expense account will be available for use. The next step is to review your vendor files and verify that the sales commission expense account that you were using to pay their commissions has been uniformly applied to all of your outside sales representatives. Once you have opened their Edit Vendor file under the Account Settings tab, you can toggle down and select the sales commission expense that you wish to use. Once this has been uniformly applied to all of your outside sales representatives, then you're ready to move on. The final item that needs review is far and away the most important: invoicing in QuickBooks. QuickBooks uses the creation of an invoice for numerous reporting functions in addition to inventory control. Commission Genie reads the information from paid invoices to determine when commissions are payable by the date range you select, which items on the invoice are commissionable, and who the primary sales representative to be paid is. Commission Genie also creates a history on paid commissions to prevent duplicate commissions in the future and for reconciliation purposes. In the event you have had to add or modify a sales rep vendor, you may need to add that rep to the drop-down list for invoicing purposes. To add a new sales rep vendor, simply go to Add New. It will open the New Sales Rep dialog box. From that drop-down list, you can add your new sales rep vendor and press OK. Once you have saved this vendor, he will be available for use not only on new invoicing, but also in the event you have to modify any outstanding or paid invoices. This will become an important part of the Quick Start procedure at the end of this tutorial. Now that you have completed the review of setup in QuickBooks, let's test it by running commission reports for the last pay period. Now that we have finished the review process, setting up QuickBooks to communicate with Commission Genie, it's time to familiarize yourself with the functions of the Commission Genie program. When you open the Commission Genie main page, at the top of the page is a date range. Anytime you change this date range, Commission Genie will search all of the paid invoices in QuickBooks to determine if there are any new transactions to be paid. You can also select your reps individually if you prefer. During the time that Commission Genie is reading these transactions to determine what's paid, in the lower left-hand corner is a call-out that lets you know that Commission Genie is working. Now we have populated all of the new transactions in the sales grid to be paid for this date range. Before we proceed to pay commissions, we need to exclude any items that are not commissionable, such as outbound freight. Simply open the page, select the items, and push Update Customer. Now it's time to assign commissions. When you initially use Commission Genie, you will probably have to assign commissions for each transaction. Commission Genie will then send that information to QuickBooks, where it will be stored in the customer file for future use. To assign commissions, you simply open the Assign Commission page, review the representative that is listed, and the commission percentage to be paid. Pay careful attention to your maximum commission amount. It has to be equal to or greater than the amount that you're going to pay out in commissions in order for Commission Genie to process the transaction. Once you save those commissions, that information will be updated in the QuickBooks file, and that commission amount will be stored in the customer file for future use. Now that you've finished reviewing all of the invoices to be paid, the next step is to view the actual commission report. In this case, where our commission report shows that we have main reps that are going to earn $181.90. Also in the center of the page, you will find a Pay To account. Earlier in our tutorials, we talked about expense accounts and how critical it is for the correct expense account to be selected in order for Commission Genie to pay checks. This is the second location that you add that sales commission expense account to, or whatever sales commission expense account you are currently using, to make sure that it is uniformly applied with Commission Genie and in the vendor files in QuickBooks. This will ensure smooth communications and the ability to print and process checks. Once you have reviewed the new transactions, simply save commissions. Commission Genie is now writing this information to QuickBooks to generate checks with. You then print your reports, and after the reports have been printed, you then will exit Commission Genie and go to the Pay Bills file in QuickBooks. We have $181.90 due and payable. Under the Pay Bills file in QuickBooks, we can locate the transactions that we recently posted to our system for Kent Beauvais and Susie Davis. The transaction numbers were 29 and 23 for a total of $181.90 in commissions to be paid. From here, when we pay our selected bills, QuickBooks will print the checks, Commission Genie has provided the reports, and our commission payments are done. Now that we have completed the review process in QuickBooks and familiarized ourselves with the functions of Commission Genie, it's time and highly recommended to do some testing in your own systems prior to making any wholesale changes. The easiest way to accomplish this is by using the reports category you find in your QuickBooks file, select Banking and Deposit Detail. From here, you can select a date range that you have already previously paid commissions on. We're going to use October 1st through the 15th. This will tell us which companies made payments to us during that period of time. From this list, we can then go back to our customer files and check each of these invoices to make sure that the proper sales rep vendor has been selected for that. Under Customers, the City of Clove, for the October 15th invoice, the sales representative that we were looking for was an employee, and he is correctly applied. If this is incorrect, this is where you can change him and update the file. From the City of Clove, we also had Community College. We follow the same pattern or the same process. Note, October 15th transaction based upon October 8th invoice. We select our representative, save and close. Once all of the customers in this deposit detail have been confirmed, we can now go back to Commission Genie, run commission reports for that time frame, and verify that the commissions that were paid out were accurate. When we open the Commission Genie page, we can see that our date range of October 1st through the 15th is correct for all representatives. All three of the transactions that we received checks for are populated in the sales grid. We still need to exclude any items that are not commissionable by selecting it and updating the customer, and review and assign commissions to all of these. In this case, this gives us a chance to check for any possible mistakes. It's like the one we have here. The commission maximum amount should be set at 20%, not 15%. Had we left it there, Craig Winton would not have received a report on commissions due. We will save those commissions, which will update the system, and proceed forward with checking each of the other invoices. Signed commission for City of Clove. There we go again. This can happen if you set your commission maximums from a default setting on the main page in Commission Genie, or just an oversight. But Commission Genie always gives you a second chance to try and repair any of those mistakes. Each time we update commissions, even though it's all for the same city, we have to clean up these transactions. That will store them properly in QuickBooks under the customer file. There's dollars 2020. So it appears that all of our commissions now have been corrected. We will simply view our report. It now lists all of our representatives and any splits. The splits with Craig Winton, who was our employee, have now been picked up because we corrected the commission maximum on the Commission Genie assigned commission screen. From here, we will print our report so that we can use it for reconciliation purposes on commissions that we have previously paid. We will not be sending this transaction forward to QuickBooks for writing checks because those checks have already been written previously. We will simply exit the program and we're done.